up guys, Stu here. So continuing down the rabbit hole that is the London Film Festival this year, I went and saw Wildlife, which is a new film directed by Dano, who you might go, ding, he's an actor, usually. What's he doing behind the camera in his director's chair? I know, right, ruddy crazy, the things actors are doing these days. But it's been getting great reviews left, right and centre. Obviously I'm a big fan of Dano's work as an actor, so I'm very interested to see how he does as a director here. And having seen it, I've got to be honest, it's one of the first kind of disappointments of the festival for me, and it kills me to have to sit here and say it, but I really wanted to love this film more than I ended up loving it. That is to say, I didn't end up loving it. I just thought it was alright. So it stars Carey, Mulligan, Jake Gylenhaal, and Ed Oxenbould as a family in the, I believe it's the 60s, although I really should do my research, so I'm going to quickly double check, make sure I haven't made an absolute fool of myself. It is the 60s. Very scared that I might have just got the entire wrong decade there, but we're safe. And we follow this family as it starts to have some tensions for various different reasons, which I'm not going to go into here today. And we'll get into things I liked about this film first, before you get your pitchforks out, because I did like it. And one of the main things I really appreciated about it was Carey Mulligan's central performance. I mean, best thing about it, without a doubt. Dude, Carey Mulligan is so great as an actress. In everything she does, she's usually the best part of it. I love watching her on screen. She's absolutely captivating here. She gives it her all. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing her get some awards recognition for this one. That good. Jake Gyllenhaal's also really great. Not as present in the film as I was expecting, but still does a good job with what he's given. We've got some solid Jakey shouts in there, which is always a yes from me. Let me start to get into the things that really start to bring this down. And this is probably the main thing that I think ended up having a bit of a snowball effect on everything else in the film and bringing it all down for me. And that's a kid in this film who's played by Ed Oxenbould. You may know that name because he's a kid from The Visit, which is another film that happened. And here, look, I'm not going to say the kid's terrible, alright? But he sure as hell ain't good. Just seeing reviews from it out online at the moment, people are not saying, hey, that kid was bad. So I do think I'm in the minority here. There was just something more that I wanted from his performance that the film didn't give me. And as a result, I just couldn't really connect myself with what his character was going through, which is a bit of a problem because the entire crux of this film really is what his character's going through. We see the breakdown of a relationship or all of these family issues that are popping up through the lens of this kid that's there through it all. You kind of really hope that you're going to get a solid, great performance out of the kid in that central role. For me, it just didn't do it. It's a sort of performance where, now I'm not sure this is going to make a huge amount of sense to anyone outside of my mind, but I'm going to say it anyway. You ever get it in films where you feel, for some reason or other, that the person in front of the camera is totally aware that they're being filmed, and you can almost see inside their mind ticking along, trying to work out how to you can see the process of acting happening in their mind. Had that big time with this kid in every scene in this film. Comes in close for a nice old tasty close-up, and you just think to yourself, this kid's acting. God damn it, the illusion is ruined! And it's all the more annoying because there are certain plot elements in this film, things that are happening with characters around him, they're just asking for genuine dramatic moments. They just don't come. I just feel like we cut back to him and it's like, oh cool, here's the kid with no expression. Great. Carey Mulligan will just be being amazing in her little scene, but I'm a great actress. Here's some very dramatic elements that are happening in the film. As a mother, I should have been here for you a bit more, and I'm doing things, and this marriage is tense and stressful, everything's going tits up. And it'll just cut back to the kid like... And that led to this kind of disconnection that I had with the film, where I was actively thinking to myself, I really want to be feeling a lot more than I am in this moment watching it. I should be feeling a lot more towards it than I was. And intentional or not, I felt like that kind of disconnect and distancing from the dramatic elements in the film there did carry on over into the directing and writing and just made it feel like it wasn't ever really meeting its full potential from an emotional resonance side of things. And it's got some great moments littered throughout, don't get me wrong. I think on the whole, as a grand picture, Dano's direction is technically very, very good. I mean, it's a gorgeous film to look at. There's some genuinely amazing shots in there that are composited in a very interesting fashion. He's doing interesting things, and I like that side of things. He knows when to and when to not show things. There's a great moment where the character is looking out at these kind of forest fires and he holds off from showing it to us until the final frame there. It's really all the more powerful for that. I think the direction on that side of things has a lot to offer there. And I genuinely feel like I should be sat here saying it was amazing for it. But on the whole, I just felt disconnected from it. It just never really sucked me in as much as I think it was hoping to. It has left me very excited to see what else Paul Dano can do in the director's chair, because he's clearly very capable. But at the end of the day, I just found myself not really caring as much as I really wanted to for the characters in this film. And I think that's its biggest downfall there. So yeah, it was my first disappointment of the festival, but I did still enjoy the film. But what about you guys? Have you seen Wildlife? If you're seeing it at the festival, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'd love to know how you thought about it compared to me. If you haven't already, please consider clicking subscribe to make sure you're not missing any reviews from the film festival. We'll have a new review out every day for you guys, which I'm incredibly excited about. There's a whole host of content, loads of films I'm seeing that I got some thoughts on. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And while you're at it as well, make sure you're followed on various different places to the StuTalks podcast. There'll be some London Film Festival specials going out. There'll be about 3 or 4. We'll be going into more depth on the films I've been seeing. And I think Wildlife is going to be one of those films. So yeah, if you want to see more in-depth thoughts on that, tune into the podcast later in the week. Follow us on Twitter at StuTalksPod. Links for all of that's in the description below. I'm off to go and sleep. You don't think about how much you're going to lose when you're seeing this many films. But it happens. Lord help us all. Stay beautiful, mother truckers.